Houston, Texas, the Bayou City, Space City, Clutch City, the H. No matter what you call Houston, as long as you call it home, then you know that down here, we're all about culture. From legendary barbecue, historic rodeos, and a unique slab culture that has completely changed the game. Never underestimate the heart of a Houstonian, because when our backs are against the wall, you better believe that we're going to come through in the clutch. Speaking of clutch, our sports teams know a little something about that too. It's a great time to be a sports fan in the city of Houston. The Astros have been the most dominant team in baseball going on a decade, and the Houston Texans have found their quarterback of the future. Hell, even the Dynamo are trying to add a few more trophies to the case. And the new-look Rockets finally have the leadership they've been desperately seeking. With a combination of rising young stars and seasoned vets, they are looking to establish themselves as a force to be reckoned with. What more could the city ask for? How about a podcast from someone who lives and breathes with every snap, every pitch, and every tip-off at center court, just like you do. Someone who's been repping H-Town 10 toes down since he was crawling on the floor and will be until they put him in the dirt. Someone who's watched the Houston Legends put our city on the map and is ready to witness a new era of greatness. The national media ain't putting in work to cover our teams the way that you deserve. Nick Stevenson may not be the voice that Houston asked for, but he's definitely the voice that we need. So what it do, H-Town? Are you ready to hold it down for the greatest city in the world? Houston Sports State of the Union podcast, coming soon.
And that's it. Domination to the divisional round. The greatest playoff performance in Texans history.
Our goal is simple. We know what's at stake.
You guys went out, you put on, you dominated, and we earned it.
With every play,
To the end zone. Brevin Jordan. Big sack. Christian Harris.
we redefine the narrative.
Rock and roll. Touchdown.
We ain't got no tomorrow. Why not now?
It's a throw and it's a pick. Sack. Will Anderson Jr. Bernard brings him down.
Turn doubt into determination.
We have no chance.
That's not happening.
We earned our op, and we ain't gonna waste it.
We gonna take advantage of the op again. No doubt about it.
Pick six. Yes, even Nelson.
It's win and move on.
It's not gonna be it for us. It can't be.
We're not just a contender. We're rewriting the script.
Touchdown. He's buried. What a way to finish it.
You ready?
February. Don't matter if you're broke, because so is the furniture. So get your broke ass down here and buy some furniture. If the Texans win the Super Bowl, you get your money back, but I'm taking the furniture back too. Dial 1-800-BROKE-AF and ask for Futon Frank. Broke ass furniture saves you money!
What it do, H-Town? As I multitask here, thank you guys so much for tuning in to the Houston Sports State of the Union presents the pregame show for the Texans versus the Ravens. It's the divisional round, people. Now, I don't know who's counting, but I would like to point out that the Texans are 2-0 every time I do a pregame show. So, I'm just saying. I'm not saying it's me. It could be a coincidence. But every time I do one of these, the Texans, they win the game. So hopefully that'll continue today. Once again, guys, there's plenty of places you could have gone to do a pregame show, but you came here, and I appreciate it so much. Thank you so much. If you're watching on Facebook, please go to the Facebook page, like it. If you're watching on YouTube, please hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. You guys will have an opportunity to weekly get a State of the Union address from me starting in February when I begin the Houston Sports State of the Union podcast. I'm looking so much forward to doing that. These pregame shows have been really fun, and I appreciate you guys for joining me. All right, so the Texans shocked the world again, and I'm not sure if you've heard, but apparently God is on our side. CJ and D'Amico have both confirmed this. Now, me personally, I feel like God probably has some bigger fish to fry than helping the Texans win some playoff games. But just in case I'm wrong, God, can we please go to the Super Bowl? I mean, what is the point of getting this far with God on our side just to lose in the divisional round? I mean, come on, man. No way. If God's on our side, we should definitely go to the Super Bowl. Because losing right now would just be lame. And it wouldn't, I don't know if it would give people faith that they need. So let's let's keep the winning streak going. God, if you are feeling like the Texans are important, let's go to the Super Bowl, please. Now look, all jokes aside, the Texans have felt like a team of destiny this season. And what's funny about the city of Houston is oftentimes we crave national attention for some reason that I don't know why. But I understand, like, you want to feel pride in your team and you want other people to recognize how good your team is. And I get it. And I would say that over the last several weeks, the Houston Texans have been getting some love. They're the Cinderella story of the playoffs right now. But the question is, will the Texans be turning back into a pumpkin tonight? Well, we're going to talk about the game. We're going to talk about the matchup. We're going to talk about the injury report, betting odds. And then I'm going to give away some free swag, people. You have an opportunity to win a Houston Sports State of the Union podcast t-shirt and cap if you can answer some Texans trivia. So only the real Texans fans need to apply. And I feel like there's so many of them here right now. Cody Bunker is in the house. He said, let's go Texans. And I'm with you, man. The Texans are trying to do something they have never done before. This is as far as they've gotten. And you know what? We owe the Ravens one. And I'm not just talking about for week one. I'm talking about the 2011 divisional round when we faced these very same Baltimore Ravens. Now, it's funny that I bring that up because that game is actually going to be the subject of our trivia game later. Just a little hint. So for all you cheaters out there, if you want to start Googling stuff about that game, go for it. But you'll have an opportunity to win some swag a little bit later. We owe the Ravens one. Are we going to be able to send them home packing? Are we going to keep this Cinderella story alive? My goodness, I hope so. But let's talk about it. Let's talk about the matchup. The first thing I would like to bring to everyone's attention, and hopefully this isn't bad juju, but in week one, here's the thing. The score looks bad. It was 25-9. The score looks really bad, but if you take a look at the stats, the Texans outgained, they outpassed. Now, they definitely did not outrush, and that's going to be a very pivotal key to this game today. And obviously, they didn't score any touchdowns. Now, the Ravens scored 3 rushing touchdowns on 110 yards for the game, but really, it was that third quarter. The game was really tight until that third quarter. The Ravens scored 15 points in the third quarter, and then the Texans just could not get into the end zone. It was C.J. Stroud's first game on the road, hostile environment. Baltimore, you guys know, that's a tough place to play always. You got Lamar Jackson, who I felt like they did a pretty good job of containing in that game. It was a tough loss. It was a tough loss. Let's see. Ricky, I see that you're watching and I appreciate it. It's saying you can't comment on YouTube. Interesting. That may be a settings issue, my guy. I'm really sorry if that's the case. I do see a couple of other comments from YouTube, though. But thanks for joining the show, man. Really do appreciate it. So, yeah, the Texans fared better than the final score led on, I think. One of the problems in that game was protection of C.J. Stroud. Let's go ahead and take a look. I think he was sacked 5 times in that game. And the Texans, they were able to get to Lamar too. Like I said, he 110 yards total. That was between Lamar and 2 running backs. It was Hill, and I can't remember who the other one was. I'm sorry, man. This is not a Baltimore Ravens podcast. This is a Houston sports podcast. But I think that's going to be very pivotal. And since we're talking about Lamar Jackson, what's up, Pops? I see you. Let's look at the quarterback matchup. What can I say? Lamar Jackson is probably going to win MVP. He's having a great year. 15th in total pass yards, 11th in touchdowns, 7th. Or the interception statistics kind of confuse me because I don't think 85 or 77 people threw passes this year, much less interceptions. That I'm not sure of. QBR, I told you guys, that's an ESPN stat that they want you to feel like they're smarter than you. I don't even know how they add up QBR, but according to ESPN, Lamar Jackson is a 64.6, which was good enough for 4th, and CJ Stroud 57.5, which was good enough for 15th. Normally, if I was just doing CJ versus anybody else, I wouldn't even mention rush yards. CJ had 167 rush yards. We can probably remember a handful of scrambles where he, picked up a first down here and there. He did it a couple of times in the Indy game and in the Browns game. But the reason I brought up rush yards, because obviously that is a huge threat from Lamar Jackson. And that's going to be one of the keys to the game, is keeping Lamar Jackson from running roughshod over this defense. Speaking of the defense, let's go ahead and look at total defense for both teams, because that's going to be pivotal. For the second game in a row, the Texans are facing a formidable defense. 6th in defensive yards. Pass yards allowed, 6th. The big one is the points, man. The Baltimore Ravens don't let you score. 16.5 points a game. That was the best in the league. Now, once again, the reason I had the Texans favored in a lot of these previous matchups was because there's something that they do at an elite level. The Texans still are really good at stopping the run, and especially in critical moments. That's what I like most about this team, is they get off the field on third down and critical moments. And I think that is also something they're going to need to do. But it's going to be tough, man. Here's the thing. Looking at the total offense numbers, they pass the ball extremely well. But when I go back to defense, the Ravens are really good at stopping the pass. They're decent at stopping the run. Running is something that the Texans struggled with earlier. They've gotten better at it, handing the ball over to Singletary. But yes, it's a tough matchup. Like, we're not going to pretend like the Texans aren't up against it. But I said this last week. I said it the week before. If number 7 is under center, we have a shot. And I give us a big shot at this game. I'm not going to give you my pick till the end of the game, but I know that the Texans have a shot. CJ Stroud in his first ever playoff game was sensational. 274 pass yards. He had 3 touchdowns in the first half. He didn't even play in the fourth quarter. 76.2% completion. He was sacked 0 times, people. Shout out to the offensive line. You're going up against the guy who's probably winning Defensive Player of the Year in the AFC. And there's another name that's blanking me out. Houston Sports Nation, help me out. The pass rusher, Myles Garrett. Myles Garrett, a Texas A&M alum, he didn't do a damn thing against his offensive line. And believe you me, they're going to have to do that again. Craig, I see you. I have an injury report later, but you are correct. Cornerback Marlon Humphrey is out. That is big for us, especially we should be getting Robert Woods back. Man, I wish we had Tank Dell in this game, but, we got to do what we got. We got to play with what we got right now. But CJ was sensational in his first playoff game. Lamar Jackson in the playoffs has not been sensational. Now, the last 2 years he was hurt, so they didn't even make the postseason. But in his postseason career, he is 1-3. He's thrown 3 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, only completed 55.9% of his passes, and he's been sacked 19 times. You can get to him. If you get to him, though, you better bring him down. Otherwise, you see he's rushed for 91.7 yards per game in each playoff game. If he runs for 91 in this game, you better hope that the running backs have nothing. Absolutely nothing. And his pass yards per game is 225. So, CJ didn't look phased at all in his first playoff game. Lamar Jackson hasn't played well in the playoffs. Now, I understand, new season, new Lamar, but if you get what I'm saying here, like, I'm saying there's a chance. And look, yes, I'm a homer. I'm going to try to be realistic about these things. And that's why I know that this is a tough task, especially going back-to-back, playing 2 really tough defenses. But look, nobody gave the Texans a chance a week ago to beat the Browns, and they absolutely stumped the Browns. It wasn't even close. I'm going to bring up our injury report really quick. I can't wait to get to this trivia game. Who's going to play trivia? You're going to have to call in. So I'll give you guys the number in a little bit, but I need you guys to please participate in this trivia game because I want to give away some free swag. And you guys know, if you ever watched my old podcast, you know I love being a game show host. That's one of my favorite things to do. So, but looking at this injury report, the only person who is indefinitely out is Jerry Hughes. Those 2 questionables of George Fant and Andrew Beck, I got to say, and once again, this is Thursday's report. If anybody has an update on this, I got to say, I am expecting everybody on this list that's not out to play in this game. It's going to be really important that we have as healthy as a defense as possible going up against this team. It's going to be an important game for the cornerbacks. You got Zay Flowers. You got OBJ still doing his thing. Then you have the threat of the running backs. You have the threat. It's a tough task, man. But like I said, we got number 7 under center. We got DeMeco Ryans coaching this team up. I'm not going to bet against him. That's for sure. Speaking of betting, here are our betting odds. The Ravens are a 9.5-point favorite. I'm just going to tell you right now, and please don't go to Vegas. I would be shocked if the Texans lost by more than 10, by more than 9.5. And I haven't picked this game yet. I'm waiting till the very last minute. But even if I thought the Texans were going to lose, I would bet on them covering the spread. But they're heavy underdogs. I mean, minus 451 is the money line for the Ravens. That means you have to bet $451 to win 100. The Texans, if you bet 100, you can win 348. That's good value, man. I mean, I don't have any money to throw away like that, but if you do, go for it. Go for it. My man Ricky is chimed in. He said it's going to be a close game. I tend to agree with you, man. cold weather is going to be a factor. We haven't seen the Texans play in cold weather yet. But you keep in mind the Ravens they haven't really played football in 2 weeks. They all took off week 18 because they had already locked up their position, and then they had the bye week. So it's tough, man. It's tough to gauge what's going to happen. But going back to the injuries, Ravens Marlon Humphrey is out. Also, tight end Mark Andrews is not playing in this game. That's huge also. So if you see what I'm saying here, they're leaving some cracks open for this Texans team, man. There is a chance for this Texans team to do the damn thing. So I want to know from you guys. We asked this question, and you guys can go in the chat. And like I said, I'm gonna open up the phone line in a little bit. Scale of 1 to 10. How confident are you that the Texans can continue this ride? How confident are you that we will be doing yet another pregame show for the AFC Championship? Is it possible? Are we going to be doing that really? Like I said, number 7 under center, and with D'Amico coaching this team, I'm not going to take them out. Now, let me keep in mind, Butta is my good friend, Chris Rivers. He's a Steelers fan, so he has a confidence level of 5 that the Texans can win this game. Now, the Steelers face Lamar and this Ravens team twice, so you've had a good look at them, and I'm not going to tell you that I don't value your opinion, but I also feel that your opinion is slightly skewed by your fandom. Now, this is an important comment here because Rom guessed that it was going to be a high-scoring game last week. He did not guess that most of the scoring would be by the Texans, though. What he guessed is that it would be high scoring, and it was. But it turned out the Texans did all the scoring. So he says it's a low-scoring game. Like I said, if you're right again, I'm definitely asking you for the lotto numbers, Rom. For sure. Anybody else? My man Rom says an 8 all day and twice on Sunday. Damn. Okay, listen. We got a lot of 8s when we asked this question last week versus the Browns. There was a lot of confident people that we could beat the Browns. But like I said, this is a different team, man. This is 100% a different team. My man Craig Rouse says a 7. That's a little less than you were last week, man, and I get it. Look, Lamar Jackson has something to prove. We just showed his playoff stats. He's probably going to win his second MVP. He's done everything he could possibly do in the regular season. It's time for him to prove that quarterbacks that play like him, frankly, quarterbacks that look like him, we live in a world where the quarterbacks that look, talk, play like him are not supposed to be winners. He's trying to change that narrative. I'm not going to lie to you, man. I am 100% a Texans fan, and I will root for the Texans all day, every day. I normally will refuse to root for any team that beats my team. I will actively hope for their failure. But I got to say, if it's not in the cards for the Texans today, going forward, I will probably be pulling for the Ravens. I'm not going to sit there and watch every game. I mean, I'll watch the Super Bowl. I might check out the AFC Championship game. I don't know. I don't even want to put that juju out there, though, man. We got to stay positive. Butta promises that his opinion is unbiased. Mark Andrews being hurt scares me, thinking the Ravens will win. Look, man, Mark Andrews is a big target. It's a big target for Lamar. But he's got Zay Flowers. He's got OBJ. That's the question, man. I think OBJ is probably their X factor. If OBJ can make some plays on top of what they have with Lamar, on top of what they have with Hill and Zay Flowers, like that's going to be a problem for the Texans. But Derek Stingley and Steven Nelson, they've been balling, man. It's going to come up to our safeties again. Like, once again, Jalen Petrie can't have those busted coverages in this game like he did against the Browns in Week 16, because that's going to be a problem. It's going to be a big problem. Rom says if it wasn't for Jackson, he would be even more confident. Looks like he's going with an 8. Okay. I want to keep getting your comments in. My pop says he watched the game yesterday. CJ is a much different player. I agree with that 100%. I'm going to put the phone number out because I want you guys to call and let's do some Texans trivia. I'm getting some messages. Oh, man, that's a really cool. I'm getting some messages. I'm just making sure that if I have any problems on this stream, you guys let me know. By the way, Pop, digging the hat in your profile picture. That's what's up. I like it. All right, so who's going to call and try to win some free swag from the Houston Sports State of the Union podcast? I have some Texans trivia questions. I'm going to ask that you please don't put the answers in to the chat because that would kind of be cheating. But guys, please, it's 832-835-3141. If you want to call in, play a little Texans trivia. The trivia is about the 2011 divisional round where we played the Ravens last. So who's it going to be? If you're trying to call and that's not working either, can you please let me know? Because that wouldn't surprise me with all the technical difficulties that I've had. While we're waiting on that, let's get some score predictions from you guys. I need final scores. I'm also going to give you some free swag if you can accurately guess the final score of this game. Nobody has done so yet. I don't think anybody called 45-14 versus the Browns. Somebody got really close in the Colts game, like 1 point off on each score, but no one has accurately guessed the final score. The question is, like, do you guys, everybody likes free stuff. Call in, play the trivia game. Let's get some free stuff. Ron wants to know if I'll be doing a post game. Well, unfortunately, I will be, I don't want to say unfortunately. I want to shout out to Craig Batty. But I Googled like how to pronounce his last name. Now I can't even remember. I've known this guy for years too. I should probably just ask him to his face. Dude, how do you say your last name? His birthday was this week, and we are celebrating his birthday with a dinner at Yard House tonight. I'm going to see my man Ricky Palacios there. And Ricky Palacios is guessing a score of 21-17 Texans. Man, that would be fantastic. If no one's going to call in, I got some really good trivia questions. Maybe I'll just ask them. And whoever's the first to answer in the chat. Everybody's being nervous. Cody Bunker says 37-34 Texans. What's the temperature in Baltimore right now? If my mom were watching, she could tell me. Mama must have forgot to set her reminder. We got some more score predictions coming in. Rom says Texans win. His score is 14-17. Okay. Craig, Billy's calling you out. He's saying call in so you can win. Billy, why don't you call in? You have my number. See, my wife says you're all waiting so you can Google the answer. And see, that's not going to work because number one, I'm not going to ask the questions until someone calls. And if I ask a question and you don't get the answer right, that question is gone. It doesn't get asked a second time. We got a couple answers coming in about the weather. Cody says 25 degrees in Baltimore. Pop says 25 degrees with I guess the wind chill is 10. That's cold, man. That's hella cold. I don't like walking from my car to the work trailer at work, and it was only like 31 outside. That's crazy. Craig said he's going to call 832-835-3141. Uh-oh. I got a phone call. You guys give me a second. Welcome to the Houston Sports State of the Union pregame show. Who am I speaking to? Hello, are you there? Hold on a second. I got somebody on the phone. Are you there? Can you hear me? Why is this not working? Give me just a second, man. Ralph, you there? Ralph, you there? What's up, dude? I'm trying to get you on my Bluetooth, man. My phone's tripping. Give me just a second. Are you still there, bud? I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Oh yeah, what's going on?
What's up, man? All right, Raphael. You trying to win some free swag? What's up?
Yeah, man. Let's try it out, man. I
Okay.
still remember that game fondly from
I'm glad that you do.
But yeah,
I'm glad
let's see if
that
I
you
know
do.
something.
Okay, so these trivia questions, I'm gonna give you a layup for the first one. Once again, guys, this is about the Texans versus Ravens 2011 divisional round game. All right, Raphael. The first thing I'm gonna do, let me get my music going for the game show. Okay.
All right.
In the 2011 divisional round, the Texans only scored one touchdown. Can you tell me who scored that touchdown?
Oh, definitely. My favorite running back, Arian Foster.
That is correct, sir.
Yeah, buddy.
All
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
I'm feeling good about this. Let me see.
Yeah, man.
I think I'm gonna have to ask you one of the tougher ones because it sounds like you know what you're doing. All right, TJ Yates was a third string
All
quarterback.
right, yeah.
TJ Yates was a third string rookie quarterback who started that game. Can you tell me who was the second string quarterback that year?
So it was Matt Shaw. He got hurt, and then if I remember correctly, it was Matt Leinart came in and got hurt as well. Is that right?
That is correct, sir.
Yeah, buddy.
All right, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. I think he played one game and then he got hurt.
Yeah, he got hurt in his first start. Absolutely. So we ended up with a third string quarterback, and we only lost that game by one score, man. It was tough, man. Talk about heartbreak.
Yeah.
That's why we got to get our lick back today.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. One more.
Yeah, he definitely kept it close.
Yeah,
what,
for sure.
what you got?
Okay, look, man, if you win this T-shirt, you got to rock it at work, okay? That's all I'm saying. I got some more questions. We're going to give away more than one shirt today. All right. I'm going to ask you a tough one, bro. Can you tell me what former Texan played for the Ravens in that game? I'm going to give you a hint.
Definitely.
You don't need it? Okay. Go for
I'm
it.
pretty sure he was playing against the Texans that game, right?
Yes.
So, I mean, you don't see a lot of players play this position anymore, but he was a fullback, Vontae Luke.
My guy.
Yeah, buddy.
My guy. Now that is a true Houston Texans
Yeah,
fan.
man.
Hey, boss, look, I'm going to get you a T-shirt. I'm going to get you a cap for the Houston Sports State of the Union podcast. I know where you work, bro, so I'm going to get a hold of you. Hey, let me answer this phone call. I got another contestant who wants to play.
All right, man. Thanks, Nick. Hey, great content, man. I'd love to see it. Keep it up.
Appreciate it. I'm going to hook you up. Thank you. That was Raphael. All right, who am I speaking to?
Hey, what's up, Nick? Craig.
What's up, Craig? Hey, man, I already gave away a T-shirt, but let's give away another one, right? I'm having a good time. That was Raphael out at ITC. He got 3 straight answers correct, and I thought I gave him some tough ones. You think you can do it, man?
Hey, what's up?
What's up, dude? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right. You think you can win this T-shirt? I'm going to ask you some questions about the 2011 game. All right. Let me start with an easy one. Head coach Gary Kubiak was the backup for what team? Backup quarterback for what team?
Denver Broncos.
That is correct, my friend.
Yeah, buddy.
That's what I'm talking about. All right. See, that was a little layup. Okay. Let's see. All right. Can you tell me what future Raven played for the Houston Texans in that game?
Toby Jones.
That is correct.
Yeah, buddy.
If you guys recall, he fumbled a punt inside the 5-yard line, and that's probably what cost us the game. I hear he's going to be at this game today, too, but for the Ravens. Ain't that some shit, man? That's messed up. All right. Last question for you, Craig. I feel like I got to ask a tough one. But I also want you to get a shirt, so maybe I'll ask you an easy one. Okay. Can you tell me who are the safeties that played in that game for the Texans? Did you hear the question, Craig?
Oh yeah, I heard it. I don't remember.
Sounds like you're Googling.
No, I'm
You
not.
don't know?
I don't remember.
You don't know? Oh, Craig. All right, I'm feeling generous. I'm gonna give you one more question. This is an easy one. What future Texan played for the Ravens in this game in 2011?
Vontae Leach.
Wait, say it again.
Vontae Leach.
No, Vontae Leach was a former Texan that played for the Ravens in that game.
Right.
Damn. Does anybody know? Let me check the chat. All right, Craig. Look, man, I really want you to get this t-shirt. I'm going to give you the answer. It was Ed Reed. Ed Reed played for the Ravens in that game.
Yeah, he played for us.
Yeah, and the safeties were Daniel Manning and Quentin Demps. All right, this is a layup, brother. This is a layup. What current Texans player also played in the 2011 divisional round against the Ravens for the Texans? Current Texans player.
Kareem Jackson.
That is correct, sir.
Yeah, buddy.
Yes! You see how badly I want to give away these t-shirts, guys? It's so easy to win. But I appreciate you so much, Craig, for even participating, man. That was really cool of you, man. So I know where you work, and I know where you live. So I'm gonna find you, man. I got a t-shirt and a cap for both you and Raphael. All right, guys.
Thank you, brother.
Hey, thank you, man. We'll talk to you soon, all right? All right. Craig and Raphael won some swag today. That is what's up. My man Christopher Clark is in the building. What's up, Chris? Thank you for showing up. I think the show's almost over, though. Let's get some more score predictions before I get out of here, and then I'm going to give you my score prediction. And then me and my wife, we're headed to check out the game. I'm not sure where we're going yet. We're going somewhere where the people are loud, the beer is cold, and everybody's getting crunk. That's all I do know. For sure. All right, I got to give you my score prediction. Hey, Mama Beard is in the building. Go Texans. That's right. Hey, look, guys. I think I might be able to do it tomorrow. Maybe tonight. We'll see about a post-game show. We'll see how late the party goes tonight, and we'll see what happens in the game. All right. It's time for the president of Houston Sports Nation to give you his pick. This is really tough, man, because I don't want to sound like a homer. Man, but I woke up today and I started feeling good. Did a pregame show. Gave away some swag. The Texans seem to be the team of destiny. I'm going to go 24-21. Texans. This time on a field goal from one Kaimi Fairbairn. There it is, man. You guys have plenty of time to get your score predictions put in the chat even after the show is over. If anybody accurately guesses the score, then I will give you guys a free t-shirt and a free cap. Now, those have timestamps on them, so don't be putting in the score after the game's over, okay? But I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in to this post-game show. Like I said, you had so many options, so many places you could have gone, and you joined me for this thing, man. And I thank you guys so much. Don't forget, Houston Sports State of the Union podcast will begin in February. You can watch it on YouTube. You can watch it on Facebook. You can listen wherever you listen to your podcasts. Apple, Spotify, Amazon, iHeartRadio. Anywhere you listen to podcasts, you can find me. YouTube Music is a good option for podcast guys because you can alternate between video and audio, and you can shut down your phone and still listen to the show, or you can lock up your phone and still listen to the show. My pop's coming in with another score prediction: 35-31, Texans on top. Man, if we have a barn burner like that, I'll take it. I'll take it as long as we get the win. But once again, guys, thank you guys so much. Don't forget to subscribe to the Houston Sports State of the Union podcast on YouTube. Like the Facebook, like the Instagram. I have a Twitter page, or the app formerly known as Twitter. trying to get some traction on that. I'm considering switching up my my streaming software so that I can actually stream in 4 places at once, and Twitter might be one of those places. Guys, let's get lathered up for this game. Please drink responsibly. Don't drink and drive. Have a good time. Cheer as loud as you can. Let's go Texans. I love you guys. I'm getting out of here. Peace.